Okay, single set of bracket. So let's have a look at number 3. Let's have a look at number 3a. So it says factorize 6x plus 24. 6x plus 24. So let's do that down here. Okay, so question 3a. So we're going to need to factorize 6x plus 24. So first of all, let's change the color of pen into red. Let's find out what the highest common factor is of 6x and 24. So in this case, there's only one letter appearing on one term, which is x. There's no letter here next to 24, so that's okay. That's good. It's very nice and simple. So the HCF, or the highest common factor of 6 and 24, happens to be 6. Okay, so that's the first thing. HCF is for the highest common factor is 6. Okay, now to factorize 6 to 24, first we put the highest common factor on the outside, which is 6, outside of the bracket, and of course we're going to need one set of bracket. Okay, now the question that we need to ask ourselves, can we simplify? So here is what we're going to do. We're going to divide each of these terms here, 6x and 24, by the highest common factor. So in this case, we're going to divide 6x by 6. The question is, can we do that? Yes, we can. We can divide, which is basically 1. All right, 1 is just 1. 1x is the same thing as just 1x or x. So we put the x inside the bracket. Now, because this says plus, we may as well just transfer that plus inside the bracket as well. Now, let's divide 24 by the highest common factor. So we go 24 divided by 6. That is equal to 4. Okay? So that 4 there goes in the bracket. So here we got 6 open bracket x plus 4. That is the factorized form of 6x plus 24. Alright, if you want to try another question from this bunch of questions up here, you can have a go. Alright, now what I'd like to do now is probably move on to part C. Part B is very, very similar to part A, so I'm not going to go through part B. Let's have a look at part C. If you look at part C, let's move on to here, right next to the question itself. Now, first of all, let's have a look at the terms. Okay, we've got AC here, and we've got 5C here. So it doesn't look like we have a number as the highest common factor, but we do have a common letter. So that will be our HCF, okay? So HCF is basically C, so that's pretty easy. Highest common factor goes on the outside of the bracket, okay? So now, to find what goes in the bracket, we go C times A, which gives AC. So we write A inside the bracket, okay? And then we go C times 5, which is equal to 5C. So 5 goes in the bracket. So now that's pretty easy. So the factorized form of AC plus 5C is C open bracket A plus 5. Okay. Now if you look at D, question D, part D, we've got A squared and we've got A here. So again, the highest common factor happens to be a letter. Okay, the letter A will be the highest common factor. There's no other letter except for A. So let's try that up here. So our highest common factor is A. We need a pair of brackets, okay, and then we go a times a, which equals a squared. We transfer this plus straight up here. And then we go a times 1 is equal to a. So here's our factorized form of this expression. I hope you saw that at the start of that. Now, basically, you can have a go doing any of those questions, okay? You can do the rest of question 3. You can pick and choose any from question number 4 as well. Have a go at doing question number 4. A, B, D, and E. Let's see how you go. Okay? Good luck.